All right, so welcome everyone. This is Donna McDonald and Jamie Swanson and Amy Gibson kind of doing a wrap up on our Jump into the Water with Virtual Parties series. So we really hope that you have taken advantage of the training opportunities and the recordings. If you have not been able to join us live, here we are March 31st. Already, and I just kind of want to talk a little bit, about the opportunity that virtual parties give you. Right now, again, we're still in a super crazy time. We don't know how long we'll be in this crazy time, and you may still be questioning if the opportunity to offer Pampered Chef to people is really something that you're comfortable with. And, we have talked about this. Amy went through, our belief triangle. Where are you on that triangle? And it's really is key for you to kind of think that through and analyze that. And if you're still struggling with where you are on that belief triangle, you need to talk to your director so that they can help you with it. But I'm here to tell you that as a company, our sales are up over last year at this time. And we had an amazing March recruiting promotion, and we still have our $19.80 promotion today. So we set a goal for recruiting 225 people as a team, and right now we're at 185. So I truly believe, through today that we can reach that goal. And numbers speak volumes. If you're not a numbers person, it really is important that you at least connect to what numbers or what goals you set for yourself. Because it is easy right now to say, oh, nobody's buying anything. So you don't set those personal goals. But if you don't set that personal goal, you're not going to have anything to work towards. Okay. And right now, here's your inner circle. Here's where it is. And yes, we're here to support you. But I'm going to screen share with you some numbers that you may find. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick first before I go back. Oh, here we go. Okay, so can y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay, so here, this is through March, but I want you to look at the amount of $1,000 and up shows that have been submitted this month. So here we are, our highest show right now at 2,700. And if you look at names, there's people that have submitted multiple $1,000 shows. Okay, and the reason I'm showing you $1,000 shows is just to say, obviously, there's people who are buying that are out there. Okay, if we have team members that are having $1,000 shows, imagine those that are even having an awesome $600 show, or they're having $500 shows. But these numbers, are amazing. These numbers prove that there are customers who are buying Pampered Chef products and they want to be entertained through virtual parties. I think that there was, and I'm not sure where I saw this, but it showed companies that were offering direct sales, direct shipping, and one of them was Sur La Table. So that was one of the options. So come on, guys, we can offer shipping, direct to our customers. Those customers need food as well as tools. I want you to think about how many kitchens you've all gone into that, like, maybe they had a knife and a spatula, and you were like, oh my gosh, thank heavens that I'm here to offer them host rewards. So there are so many people that need the host rewards, and there are so many people that are loving our Feeding America fundraising program. So if you haven't done a Feeding America fundraiser, that's your first starting point. So we've already covered with you, and I want to make sure that you, hold on, let me get this, that you're aware of where the training opportunities are that we've already covered. So let me go ahead and go to our sharing spoon. And you can see right here in the sharing spoon is, hold on, I'm sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but right here on this post are our first 3 call recordings. So go back to those call recordings if you need the freshen up on, how to get started. Where are you going to get those first bookings from? On the second one, we talked about creating, an engaging virtual party. Okay, and getting people excited. Even if it's your very first party, we gave you an outline to start with, and then we followed up on call number 3 with host coaching. So we've given you everything there, and then if you go into the units in Sharing Spoon, down here at the bottom, I need to figure out how to move that to the top so it's more relevant. But if you see right here in this virtual party training, that was where the document was for the onboarding of virtual consultants. Okay, so it's in your units, and it's unit number 17 is all of the videos and the step-by-step. Okay, so just a little refresher on that.
Donna, stay here and go back to the discussion. You know that post that you've got, it looks like a fern or a wild plant, and if you'll show them that too, because we've put a lot of stuff there. Maybe you were going to cover it, I don't know.
Wait. Where?
I think it says virtual party info, but it's green and it looks like a
Comfort food.
keep on going.
We need to obviously pin this.
Maybe do a search in the.
I think you're almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
You're almost there. Keep on going.
I love seeing those little hubbies. And
I know.
here.
There.
Okay.
There.
So
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So it's also here. So should I pin this as an announcement?
Probably so. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Right. So you've got, all here, and it's all, this is where you can't comment on this. So everything, you have everything right here in this. Okay. So absolutely. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and stop share on that. All right. So any specific questions that you have on what you've gone through, any stumbling blocks for you at this point? Because we have plenty more to talk to you about, but I want to make sure we're not jumping ahead of where you need us to land at this point.
I just need help getting bookings on the parties. I didn't get any bookings.
Okay, all right.
And I only had 2 people fill out the survey, even though I was like offering tickets.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So we're going to show you some engagement on that, and that's really what it takes. It's a lot of spending time, and every virtual consultant will tell you if you don't spend time messaging, the bookings aren't going to come. Okay, it doesn't matter. You could stand on your head and spit nickels going live. They're not going to fill out the survey unless you are tagging people. Okay, so Nelia asked, how do people get $1,000 parties? And I think the first thing that we're going to tell you is it's all about your host coaching. If your host isn't getting the people, inviting the people to the party, and she's not interacting with the people in the party, then the sales are going to be low. But it also takes us as consultants to help them to understand what they need to do. So one of the things that you're going to see in the document that's in that unit is as Crystal Jackson's host coaching, and Amy has shared so much host coaching information. That host coaching it's the starting point, and if you don't host coach, you might as well just stop even interacting in your party. It's the bottom line. It's talking with that host. If you can, have a conversation, or making sure that you're at least sending them a video that they understand what it is that they need to do. And, you can use Amy's video. You can use Crystal's video. It's all the same, you know, the same fundamentals, but that's what it is, Delia, is it really is about host coaching. Jamie and Amy, you want to add anything on to that?
The other thing is just, in addition to the host coaching, is setting the goal for the host and setting, like, just letting them know that, you know, hey, if you can get $20 worth of stuff, or you can get over $200 worth of stuff. It's up to you, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So just creating that goal. And I know, like, in my cooking shows, I say this a lot. Like, my average cooking show is between, like, probably 700 and 900. So, you know, I typically say my average host earns $165 in free products. So guess what? So many of my cooking show hosts will say, well, I want to get to, like, you know, the $800 level. So, like, I've kind of planted that seed. So maybe that's something we need to be doing, is give them the goal and plant the seed. Hey, my average virtual party host is earning $140 in free product. And they don't want to be less than average.
That's right. That's right. Yep. And I'm glad you reminded us of that, Donna, because in the host coaching, I do put, you want to know what my $1,000 hosts do to have a $1,000 show and a $200+ shopping spree. I'll say they invite 150 people. We're looking for 40 to join, and we're looking for 15 to order. So I've already first told them we need to invite a lot of people. Not everyone's going to join. And then everyone that joins, not everyone's going to order. And yesterday I closed one of those $1,100 shows, and I asked the host, I said, well, what questions do you have? How could I make this better for you? And she said, well, did I have a good show? And I said, you did. So to Jamie's point too, you know, $439 is the last virtual average I saw for our company. So tell them, you know, that's a $400 show is great. You know, they're going to get 55 in free product, but like Jamie said, they don't want to be average. So you say, you know how to be above average? Let's over invite and give it to them. They really, really want to be successful.
And also is by getting them to create that wish list, to go in and use the host dashboard and create their wish list, then you're speaking in their language. You know exactly what they want. Okay, this is great. You want this air fryer? Here's what we need to do to get you this air fryer. Okay.
And there's something that happens when they put something on a wish list. It's like they see it, so they want it, and they know what it's going to take when you've worked with them.
Yeah, and especially if you can let them know, like, I use this a lot, but for the quick cooker, you know, I know exactly the amount that they have to have in a party to get that totally free and clear. So how would you like to get that with no money out of pocket? You know, and folks work towards that. You know, and then they get smaller stuff for their half price or 60% items.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. They think they're going to use their 60% and half off on the bigger stuff, but their free is so powerful. When you get to that $200 and $300, a lot of them leave the half price and 60% on the table because they're getting so much of it for free. It's really eye-opening.
All right, let me see if we had any other questions in the chat box. Oh, I think we're good. All right, any other questions? All right, okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna just jump right into our parties and kind of our meat. We're gonna talk a little bit about, this is so you wanna think about, this is kind of to the point where you're coming to the end of your party. And first of all, don't be discouraged if your party starts out slow. Because that's kind of typical, is people are kind of like deciding how much they want to get engaged, and your host is getting, you know, herself acclimated to the party. So don't be discouraged and don't give up on your parties, okay? So I'm going to screen share a party that actually ends today. Some of you may be in this party, but we're going to show you just a few tips and tricks and things that you can do to get add those bookings and to wrap up your party strong. So let me go ahead and screen share with this. So we talked a little bit about this, is about the right post and welcoming people, because you want to remember every time that you do, when you change a heading, a title, or you change a banner, everyone gets a notification on that. But we're going to go ahead, I'm going to show you, you're going to right post here. And you can see here we have all these new members. So instead of just saying, hey, you know, welcome new members, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that they understand how to get to set their notifications. So I'm going to maximize this capability by, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to take this, let's welcome our new members off here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut and paste, the wording that they need to understand how the virtual party is going to work. Then I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to add my photo, which I've already saved this. And this is the graphic that shows them how to make sure that all of their notifications are plugged in. So each and every one of those new people is getting this notification. Okay, right? Does that make sense? All right, good. All right, now every time you change the way that the title, and you can do that right here. I want to go to edit my group settings. And so here it says, double your donations, Feeding America fundraiser ends today. So I can change, let's see, let's go to, hold on. And I can put in here, still time to order. Okay, so you can see that changed that notification there. And I can do the same thing by changing my banner. So together party ends today. I would put in this banner, still time to order, and that pops it back up into every person in that party. It gives them a notification that, hey, something's going on with the Double Your Donations Feeding America. Okay. All right, so that's the best way when you're coming to the end of your parties, or if you're going to go live in your party, just go ahead and change your banner, because you can change your banner and put in there, just something else, and then go and put a post. They're going live in 15 minutes. Then everyone is seeing that.
Hey, and Donna, does that include the people that have not accepted the invitation yet? Doesn't?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
That's what I was thinking. So that's crucial.
So when it gives them a reminder. Okay, because you're going to still have those people, who are. So let's go ahead and let me just go back and share a screen with you. Remember these invited people. All these invited people still haven't really joined the party. They haven't clicked yes. So this would be the opportunity to go ahead and click on that and send them a reminder. Okay, so it is important that you always look over when you click on members and then click on this invited. Again, just to reaffirm that, is that you go back into these people and say, hey, you haven't joined, you haven't joined, you private message them. The only thing, when you send a reminder on this, the only thing you do is just send a reminder, and it just goes back to their notification. So see, a reminder will be sent to Virginia, and then send the reminder. But if you want to take that to the next level, private message those people with the link. Hey, you still haven't joined, the party. That's where that will maximize. A reminder, again, it gets kind of stuck in the notification. A private message, they'll be more apt to see that.
Hey, and Donna, Heather, I didn't finish watching it, but GraceBot's husband shared a really cool way to send reminders to everybody. So can you share that really quickly, and then I'll share the video from that?
So there's actually a add-on that you can do to your Chrome to do the automatic reminders. It's a free portion. So you'll go in just kind of like you do for
Can you
Loom.
show us
go in.
Yeah, can you just?
I'm not on my computer. I'm on my phone.
Okay.
But yeah, I can do a little Loom video showing you, and I can put it in there too.
That would be great. And if you let me know when you're going to do that, I'll open the commenting and the firm picture, and we can put it right in there.
Okay, yeah, I can do it this afternoon after work.
No worries, just let me know.
Yeah, basically, it's just an add-on that you do on Chrome, and once you have it, you go into your party, you go in there, and then you add the add-on, and there's a thing where you can automatically send it to everybody. Now you have to leave that window open, and then you have to open up another tab if you want to work. It has to stay open and full size while it's doing it, but it automatically sends all the reminders for you, so you're not having to go through and click them.
Cool. That'd be great. Thank you.
Donna, will you share your screen again on that virtual party?
Okay.
So we're kind of free flowing, you guys, between the three of us. We're tag teaming. So we had a little game plan. So we're kind of making it work as we go. But a couple things. So Donna, since you're here, don't know if y'all know this or not, but where she was talking about the invited, unavailable, and blocked here on the right-hand side, if you're running a mega party, your host must be at least a moderator. I don't recommend giving your host admin level privileges. They don't really need it, but they do need to be a moderator at least so they can see who the invited is. And when you click on that invited list like Donna had, if you'll go over there and click on invited. Okay, these are 1,300 people that, like Donna said, have not joined. I want you to think about these people. If you're doing a cooking show, they're standing outside the window looking in. They have very limited access. They get some of it, but they don't get all of it. So if you can paint that picture to your host that these are the people that are standing outside peering through the window, we need to bring them in and they start to understand stuff like that. But the ones that have actually joined have come through the door and they're ready to party with us. What I've learned about Facebook hosts, and I ran into this too, is that they only know how to log into Facebook, and really they don't have to log in. It's on all the time. They've never set up a group. They have no idea how it works. They don't know how to invite people. This is a whole new world. Some of them don't even know how to post. So with your host coaching, we could just do a whole week's training every day on host coaching because it's that critical and it's where the money is made. And that's also where you find a lot of your recruits because your hosts, once you train them, they're like, oh, I could do this. Okay. And then there was one other thing. Oh, go back to your right post, Donna. And I don't know if y'all know this. If you haven't bumped up against this, you will at some point. But I don't know if you noticed that the count of the people that Donna added was 32 new members. That's a max of 50 that you can tag in that post. So if you're, it says that you've got 58 members, then count on doing two. You have to do 2 different posts so you can split that up. Okay.
Good.
I
Okay.
have a question about the, I'm looking at one of my parties. I did not even realize that I have 45 people in this party. And when I clicked on invited, there's 122. That makes me really sad.
They haven't joined, Jenny? They haven't joined?
I mean, these people have been invited, but have not yet accepted. So do
Right.
I show so this has got 3 hosts in it. Do I send that message? And they don't know who I am. Or
Well,
do I,
no, well, you can, but in my opinion, they're not going to know who you are. So
Right.
what we've done is that once we see our hosts in a mega party start inviting, I immediately send them an invitation to become a moderator.
okay.
And I include that in the host
Mine are
coach.
already.
Yeah. If I see, like I opened up a party last night, put my 4 or 5 hosts in there, and I'm going to check today and see if they've started inviting. And if they have, they get a moderator invitation because then the next step is I want them to see who they've invited but has not joined.
Okay. So I should have them all click the members, click the invited, and then they send the message to their person.
I have them towards the end of the week go through that list and find out who their friends are that still have not invited or still hasn't joined and
Right.
send them a personal message.
So you're
Because-
saying,
So Jenny, I'm going to share my screen and show you something, okay?
okay, like for example, like the first person is April Butler. We click on her name. I can either remove her or send a reminder. So
Okay.
are you saying that they should send that reminder, or they should make a list and separately?
Okay. They could do it either way, but here's what I think is more effective, okay? If they send the reminder, it's just giving April a notification.
Okay.
April may or may not see that notification. What I ask my host to do
Okay.
is to send a personal message,
Okay.
okay?
I was thinking the reminder came to them as a message. It just comes to them as a notification.
But here's something, that's exactly right. But here's what you need to understand. And this is what you're going to run into with mega parties. So if I can show one with you, maybe you guys want to see this.
Yeah. So is it too late? Like today, my party technically closed yesterday. And I mean, I extended it through today. I'd like to submit it tomorrow, but it's not too late, right? Like they can still message.
They can still personally message people.
Okay, that's what I need to do.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the party right now. so there's, I can't remember how many people are in here. Okay, there's 4 or 5 of them. Okay. 3,000 people are still invited. Okay. 3,000 people. All right. So before we all have a flip out here, okay,
Jenny feels better, Amy.
this is normal. This is what I tell my hosts. This is normal. I want to see over inviting. I want to see, because the more they cast the net, they're going to come through, right? Okay. All right. So what I do at the very end of as they're inviting, I expect them to send invitations out today and tomorrow. I ask my host to send out, just start adding people. Some people don't like that, but I do. Just keep adding people. And then on Thursday and Friday, I want them to go send some personal reminders. Now, how they know that their friend is theirs is, let's say Ja Ray is your friend. It's going to say off to the side here, friends. They're going to know who their friend is because Facebook's going to tell them. So rather than do this thing where they just send a reminder, which is just another notification that she may not see, I ask them to actually hover over Ja Ray, and they'll see a little message box, and they click on that message, and they send a reminder, send a message. Copy, paste, go to the next person. Copy, paste, go to the next person. I tell them it's the most tedious thing they'll do, but they did not have to grocery shop or clean their house. And I say, you don't have to do it all at one time. I want you to send 5 or 6 out before you go to work, 5 or 6 after lunch. They can break it up. They're still reminding people, even throughout the party. Do all of them do it? No. But the ones that do have $1,000 parties every single week. Again, it's just telling them. And do I have people that are like, oh, yeah, I do. And I'm like, calm down. It's okay. I'm going to give you the words if you'll just do what I ask you to do. And they do. Okay. So anyway.
And what do you tell them to say?
Oh, if you'll go to my host coaching, I give them the words that,
Okay.
hey, Jenny, I invited you to my party. It starts Saturday. I see you haven't joined. And then they insert their Facebook group URL. Please click here. Boom, copy, paste, boom, copy, paste, boom, copy, paste, right on down. Got to make it easy for them.
Right.
Okay. Does that help?
Yeah. I forgot all about that whole see who hasn't joined yet.
Well, that's why we wanted to bring it home for you guys, because now you're kind of in the parties and things are starting to shake out. You're like, okay, how's this working? So we're going to kind of give you some of the tips and things that we've learned and stumbled upon that we want to make it easy for you guys. So the last 2 days of the party, Donna already showed you changing the title. I don't know how they do it, but on that Thursday, I changed the title to 2 days left, and on Friday, I changed it to last day. So again, they're getting the notification. Okay. Also, another tip is the last 2 days that I send the host coaching message to each host, whatever they're posting, I say at the end of their message, don't forget, my party ends Friday. Here's my ordering link. So each host is posting her own ordering link in the message I give her Thursday and Friday. Okay, so her people are more likely to see it. I no longer post ordering links in the party anymore anywhere. I ask the guests to message their host for the ordering link. And so far that's worked out great. I don't have any more crossed wires like I was having before. And there was one other thing too. It'll come to me. I'll pass it over to Jamie because she's going to talk about going live and the value of that, but I'm sure it'll come back. All right, any questions before I turn it over to Jamie about anything I've showed you?
Amy, one of the things, could you show them one of your posts that maybe that explains to the guests to ask for the link?
Okay, sure.
I think it's good to just create a visual for them on that.
Yeah, okay. So it's really in 2 places. It's in the cover. So this is Canva. Says it right here. Okay. And then in the announcements, I've changed the way I kind of do my announcements because I stole some stuff from Jamie. But there's 3 announcements. As people are joining, they are going to, just like Donna had in her right post, she gave them instructions. I give them instructions too. But right here, I have FAQs. How to place my order. Please message your host for the ordering link. And I tell my host ahead of time, here's your party ordering link. You are the one that your friends are going to contact for placing an order. And guess what? The other tip I have for you guys is, like, today is Tuesday. So this batch of parties that I'm running in this mega party, in the host coaching today, we started Saturday, today's Tuesday. And Donna is so right that it is normal for these parties, which mine wrap up on Friday, I'll get more orders on Thursday and Friday, because if you're doing a cooking show and all of a sudden your host leans over and says, I know you just started, but no one's ordered. What's wrong? They got to see the stuff. Okay. So if you're thinking Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are kind of crickets, wait till Thursday and Friday, because people are starting to they got to see some stuff before they decide what they're going to do. But on Tuesday, I message each of my hosts their to-do for the day. And then I ask them, are you up for a challenge? And they all say, yeah. And then I'll say, well, let's get some bookings from your party. And I give them words and I ask them to message 10 friends so we can get 3 bookings. And I'll talk a little bit more about the message.
Do you have those words somewhere, or is that in your?
Yep. They're in my host coaching. They're already in my host coaching. I've got it posted out there, but it's the exact same words. And I do a $25 incentive. If they get 3 bookings, I will give them $25 extra to spend at the end of the party. Because here's the thing. There's probably a reason why my April schedule isn't as strong as I want it to be, because my March hosts have become consultants and I gave them their bookings. And that's something I wanted to do, because I can go book another party, but I want them to get started strong, because guess what? They worked for those bookings. So now that they have those bookings, they're like, well, why don't I start the business? I might as well.
Right. And that's great ammunition, because you're like, hey, if you get the bookings, you can have it. So I'd much rather have the consultant than the booking.
Absolutely. And those bookings will come. I don't worry about that. There is more than enough bookings for everybody in Pampered Chef, 10 times over. So if I give some away, I always get some back. I never worry about it. Okay. All right. So what other questions? This is good stuff.
I like the idea of having the host work for them. I was going to send my hosts a message today, but I like how you said, because I was just going to say something like, you know, who can you ask to have a party? But it's better to say, can you contact 10 people, say these words, and when 3 of them book, I'm going to give you $25 product for free with your party right now. So we've got 24 hours. Let's see, just put the urgency on them.
Yeah.
I want bookings, darn it.
Well, I know. And here's the thing, Donna said it earlier too. And I did not want to ask my host to do it. I didn't like the idea of messaging. So I can either do it and like it, or do it and not like it.
Right.
I decided I was going to do it and like it and find a way to like it. Okay. Because if all these other people were getting bookings and they were doing the work, that's all it was. So the Jennifer Hendersons and, the Love Carpenters and all them, they're like, you got to reach out and message people. No different than they're at our cooking show and I'm already talking to them. So I found that my host, by leveraging her relationship with her guests, that they already know her, they're more likely to book a party because she's asked them and they don't know me. And that's worked out really well.
Absolutely.
So Jamie, I think you're going to talk about engagement and live.
So let me actually share, and I'm going to tell you one of the things that I'm going to start doing. Let's see, I've got over here. All right. So one of the things that I've started adding in my parties, and I didn't like it to begin with, but I started doing it because I saw it working for other people. So it's more of a, let's see if I can find it. It's more of a just kind of a passive way to do it. But when we book 3 parties, our host will. So it's kind of the same idea. So that's a good post to put in there. And even with your block parties, I'll post this and then I'll be like, way to go, Jenny. 2 parties booked, 1 to go. Fantastic job, Amy. 1 party booked, within the party, and do that. Because again, when you set a goal for them, their friends are going to want to help them make that happen. And they are too. Okay. So that's something that I've recently started doing. Now, I haven't gotten 3 parties from any one host, but by golly, I'm getting 1 to 2 now where I wasn't getting them before. So one of the things that I'm going to do better is have the host do some behind the scenes, but I think that's a really good place to start. And then I've seen it with like chef hats, and there's like ice cream cones. There's a lot of seasonal, probably Easter eggs. So if you look on the virtual party groups, you'll find that. But all of that is in marketing imagery right under the booking section. Okay. And then you did it. Now our host will get $25 in extra free credit on this party. Now, something I shared with Donna and Amy this morning when we were talking, I got some great feedback at a cooking show from a customer that she knew all the new stuff. Like it was funny just hearing her talk, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see the blender and blah, blah, blah. And she had just been in a virtual party right before Christmas. And I said, well, I'd love to get some feedback because that's something I'm really trying to improve on this year. And I said, what did you love the most about the virtual party? And one of the feedback things that she gave me was the consultant kept telling us what the host's goals were, how far she was away from her next goal. She's $50 away from her next goal. Well, guess what? Somebody that's been on the fence probably went ahead and placed that $50 order that they had been thinking about for the last 3 days. And then she just kept setting the next goal and the next goal. So I think both for sales and for bookings, that's an ideal place to be. Okay. Does anybody do that? Does anybody put in there what the host goal is? I've seen people do it as a post, and I've also seen people where they change the name of the party. They put it there too. So that's a really cool way to really keep it in front of people. So, all right, while I'm in here, I want to show you one of the things that I'm going to get on back to all. One of the things that we started doing on our team recently, because my team mostly uses ScentShare, which we love. And, but one of the things we found with the videos, that if we scheduled the video through ScentShare, you would have to then click the video and then it would take you to YouTube or wherever it was, or you'd at least have to push the button to get it going. So let's just say that, all right, so we wanted to talk about the Rock Crock today, and I'm going to go ahead and make it simple, find the video. I'm not going to go hunting for it. So we're going to do that. I'm going to download that video, and then we're going to head over to one of my parties. Or actually, we'll go to my mock group. And this is another tip. If you guys don't have a mock group, create a mock group. And you know who's in your mock group? Just you. I mean, you could add your husband or your kid, or maybe one of your team members. But that is, let's get rid of that. So this is a great way for me to test stuff. So if I make something in Canva, or for example, we did a training on at our local meeting. Oh, I'm wearing the same shirt today. We did it, I just showed them how to go live and some fun things that you could do. I put it in my mock group so it wasn't out to the universe, or I've been saving videos and doing things. So create a mock group. But what happens here when I go to drag that video, and this will take a few minutes, when somebody stumbles upon the video, or they click on the link that says, Jamie Bird Swanson, or, What's Cooking with Jamie Swanson posted a video, the video starts rolling right away. So let's go see if we can find one that's like that. Oops. Okay, so maybe I've not been playing with videos here, but we'll click this. And so when I roll across it, look, it's already playing. So people are more likely to stop and watch if it's already engaging them, rather than clicking a button, because something's probably going to catch their eye with that motion. So that's one of the things. So even if you're using a scheduling program like ScentShare or Post My Party, how I'm putting these videos in is 100% through like Facebook Scheduler. So let's just say that we're, I think that was, that was like a favorites, or about the Rock Crock. So if I knew that my Rock Crock post in ScentShare was coming out at 3 o'clock tomorrow, most likely what I'm going to do is to the left of post, is I'm just going to schedule that for, you could do it for 3:01, or you could do it for 3:05, 3:30, however you like to space and pace your things. But I'm just going to do that to kind of coordinate and go along with that post that I've already got scheduled in there. But so that's just one fun way to do the videos. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is Most of my virtual parties, I am going live in the party because like I like to be personal. There's just a lot of stuff that I like to say that's party specific, but there's a lot of things that you can do and reuse over and over and over. So here is my business page. On Saturday, I just had a bunch of fruit that I knew that we would enjoy. So I put together a little fruit salad. So instead of doing it right into my party, I was like, hey, let me take advantage of, I'm just showing it to all the people in all of Facebook land. So here it is. I've posted this in all of the groups because I had some great success with it. So what I did was went live, and I'm just gonna click on this.
Is the core and more.
All right. So
really
if I
cool.
want
It's
to,
got a part here.
hang on, let me hush this girl. So if I want to just go share it in a party now, all I have to do is copy and paste up at the top into that URL, grab that URL, and I can use that for the next 20 years. You guys can all go to my business page, with my permission, and use my video because it's free. It's in a public open place that it can be shared back, So like I love to go live every day, but sometimes life happens with three little boys home. It may not happen. It may happen, but it may not be pretty, right now. So it's nice to have some videos that you've banked like that. Now, the really important thing to do if you are going live like that is don't be very generic. Don't talk about guest specials. Because if I say, oh my gosh, and these cute little paring knives you can get for free this month, when 2 months, when I share that, somebody's going to want to know why they're not getting their paring knife. So just be as vague and as general as possible. So
Now, Jamie, why don't you share it? Why don't you just click share on that video and share it into your page as opposed to copy it?
You totally could, but sometimes here, I'll show you.
Is there a reason or?
Hang on one second. I'll show you because sometimes, so now in my mock group is that video and it's good to go. So let's go back over there. Sometimes when I go to, let's see, I'm not even sure. Sometimes when I go to share, it gives me some weird options. So let's see. I think it just depends. Let's see. So that was the one from yesterday. So if I go to share, yeah, I could probably go to share in the mock group. So yeah, I think that would be fine. It seems like in the past I've had trouble finding the stuff that I wanted to do. Let's see.
And also too, what I've noticed, you can do it either way, Jenny, but what I've noticed is if you have a lot of virtual parties, it starts to give you all your past virtual parties. You got to scroll through them and make sure you're on the right one. So that whole copy paste is a little cleaner, and you're getting exactly what you want and putting it exactly where you want.
It's a lot faster too. She just copied and pasted.
Yeah.
Same way too. You have to scroll through. I just didn't know if it like posted it a different way. Like,
well, and sometimes I find like if you share in a group, share an event, share on a page you manage, sometimes it only allows me to share it back into the group. And I think it may be depending on how I'm viewing the page. Am I viewing it as my personal self or as my business self? So that's just one of the things that I've started doing just to have a bank. And you guys, we're cooking every single day. I mean, like probably most of us are cooking way more than normal. So put your phone up, do a 4-minute video of something simple. And like I made beef jerky yesterday, or I did the marinade for the beef jerky. So I did a video, and then today I'll probably do just a fast motion video of how I'm getting it prepped. And then 3 hours later, I'll do a true live video that shows the beef jerky coming out. So the cool thing is in my parties next month, I can put those 2 live videos back to back and be like, hey, here's me making the marinade. Fast forward 24 hours. Here's me eating the jerky, kind of thing. Okay. All right. Let's see, let me get out of that.
I mean, I thought it was neat how you could make the videos closed caption.
Yes. Let me see if I can figure that out. Oh, I'm not 100%.
I did it on one of mine, but then I couldn't do it on the rest of them.
I haven't figured that out, so teach me something.
Heather is my audio visual person. Do you know how to do that? Because I sure enough got in here playing one day and I figured out how to do it, and people comment on it all the time that they love my closed captioning, and I don't know how I did it.
I don't know how to do that. I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
We'll have to Google it.
Yeah, we'll have to Google how you get in there, you know, just do it. But yeah, so all of my videos now come up from my business page and in my parties with closed captioning because of just some setting that I did. Okay, what else, Donna? What else were we
Let's look. Let's see. Talked about going live.
We're going to talk about private messages.
Yeah, value of messaging.
Okay, perfect. So let's go over to one of my current parties. So this week I had a single party. I didn't have a block party. So here we go. Let me. Oh, and I'm going to talk about engagement too. I want to show you some really fun ways to do some engagement. So let's just say here's a good post. What needs an upgrade in your kitchen? This is a great engagement post, but this is a booking seed planner. So there's a couple of people. So this lady needs, Christy needs A. So guess what? I am going to talk to her about hosting a party. But wait, she already said, I would like to sign up to do an online party. I need some new pots and pans. So thank you for thinking. My children are using the blender on their own. This makes me a little bit nervous. So anyway, I've messaged this girl. So I just clicked on her name, and I know we said that you may or may not have this option, but right now on mine I have this option. So all I had to do was go over to Homegirl right here and send her the message. So she hasn't responded yet, but girl, you know, I've already sent her. Oh, we are friends now, so I need to follow back up with her. So
when somebody does that, I send them a friend request. I'll reply to the comment, and then I'll send them a friend request so we can start a message.
Yep. So anyway, I didn't see that she had answered my friend request. So now we'll do it right now. Because that's probably still in her other message group. Hey girl, I am so. Then I'll say, spelling is important.
Sometimes.
All right, so she may or may not want to talk on the phone. A lot of my Facebook virtual parties, I never talk to them on the phone. But this is somebody this is our first experience. She's not been super active in the party, but here she's ready to have a party. But engagement posts are a lot of fun. So the one we had there with the other post, that was real specific. You know, that was an engagement post that's going to kind of get us what we want. I think that's good. So an engagement post that I'm going to do on my business page today, and we're actually going to do together. I'm making chicken pot pie. My family requested that. So that's one of our favorite comfort foods. So I'm going to do an engagement post in my business page today, and I'll show you how we're gonna find that. But in your parties, those are good. Like avocados, love them or hate them. So you know, so like I think there was only a couple of people that responded, just me and one other person. Now, if Amy Gibson had said hate them, then I'll go back in and say, hey, is it the texture or the taste? So I'm just going to try to engage them in a conversation, just like I would if I were sitting with them, like at a cooking show or just at a kid's ball game. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask follow-up questions about that. So these engagement posts are wonderful for that. All right, so let me go over to ScentShare and show you a little gold mine of stuff that you may not be aware of. So I'm convinced that Zoom and different things like that are lagging and slow because everybody and their mama has discovered it now. Okay, so on the left-hand side over here where it says Manage Post, click on that. And then go to, let's see, Graphics. And under Graphics, and this is something that ScentsShare provides, there is Engagement Post. Okay. So these are all things that that ScentsShare has given us. So let's see if there's a comfort food. Okay, no comfort food. Let's just type in the word food. And so this gives you what's something you refuse to eat. What's your favorite fall food? Here's where the avocado thing came from. How often do you clean and reorganize your refrigerator? So you better bet I'm going to ask that one later this week because I bet people have got I said all houses, garages, and yards are going to be like market ready by the time this thing is over. You know, so that will be a fun way to get some engagement going. What's your favorite summer food? You know, so, you know, take in, dine out, you know, just different things. When I did over the summer, I did a 1-hour party and there's a lot of grilling. So this was a great one. How do you like your steak?
Can you do one on travel? I think they've got some travel too.
All right. What's your favorite travel tips? Where's the last place you went on vacation? Favorite travel tips for kids. So you just want people talking and chatting and you know just in there. Okay, so another thing that I might do is come over here to just the old Googler and then comfort food. I'm just going to find an image and let's see if there's anything that grabs me.
Hey, Jamie, while you're digging, I found out how to do the closed caption on your videos through Facebook.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So if you go to if you're in your Facebook and you go to your settings at the very bottom, there's
on your business page, on your business page, or just in Facebook in general.
I'm just Facebook in general.
Okay.
And go down to the very the very bottom of it says videos. You click on videos. And it brings you up options for your video settings. And the third one down says always show captions. And you just turn that to on and then all your videos will have closed caption on them.
Okay, so the bottom of where? I'm so sorry.
So go to the settings.
Yeah, like go to your account. Is that right, Heather?
Yep, your account. And then you know how it gives you where you can do general, your privacy, your blocking. At the very bottom, there should be one that says videos.
Okay.
Click on it. The third one down is your closed captions. And you can turn that on. And then yours is already turned on. And then you can also edit on how you want the closed captions to look.
Oh.
And then once you do that and save it, all your videos through Facebook that you post through Facebook, not through ScentsShare, will have closed captions.
Love it. Okay. Heather, you just won the prize for today. All right, did everybody see that? So I'll go back. So come over here to the little, we call it the Dorito or the tortilla chip. Go to settings. And then down on the bottom left is your videos. And then click it to always show captions. So I think in my business page, I had already set that, but not for my personal page. So so that's a great tip.
So once you change that, is it automatically saved, or is there another place we need to save that change? You see what I'm saying? So when you do that,
on mine, when I changed it, it comes up says save. Where Jamie had already done hers, it's not showing on hers. But on mine, since it was reading off, as soon as I turned it on, it says, "Do you want to save your changes?"
Okay, so mine just said when I had a kid click on the caption display first for that save changes to come up. Okay, thank you.
So like, you know, what I would do is maybe find a picture. Like I was really kind of hoping for the words comfort food, but easy enough. I could go in, find one of these, and then just like add a little something to it through Canva, or even just like an app on your phone.
Hey, Jamie, type in spring comfort food. I'm curious what'll come up.
Yep. So what's for dinner? Let's see.
Comforting recipes for the spring. There's that.
Yeah. So yeah. So just kind of pick something, and even like what's for dinner. That's a great engagement post to get people talking. And really, it doesn't matter what you're asking. You're just, just asking questions. I've seen some people do an engagement post with the toilet paper over or the toilet paper under. Great engagement post. You're just getting people to think about you. Now, those of you that are friends with me on my personal page know that I've been doing this Misfit Market box of like produce. And so I think it's like between $13 and $15 because I have all these referral codes. So tomorrow will be my next shipment of these vegetables and fruits and vegetables. So let me go to my personal page so I can show you. So that is a great engagement video. It's really not Pampered Chef related. I put it right on my personal page, but I get so many people talking. And then what I'm doing when they're like, oh my gosh, tell me more about that. Well, here's my referral code. And then I'll take it to the next level and go to Amy Gibson and send her a private message and say, girl, let me know what you think. Or actually here's another one. Cause I had my friend Robin, after my last video, she ordered it. She ordered the Misfit box, then tagged me, which is kind of cool. But let me see if I can find the video. And let's see.
I think it's good if we mix up our engagement posts to be something other than Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
They already know we do it. So if you're just showing them regular life.
Yep. So let's see if I can. Oh goodness. It's in here somewhere. Oh, that lady was funny. Yeah. So what I did was I took a picture of what, for $15.50. This was all the produce and vegetables that I got. Had, quite a few people look, but I had 609 people that viewed that, 38 comments that came from it. So that gave me a whole lot of ammunition for people that I know that are foodies and that are looking for whatever, something food related. And of course I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to cook the Brussels sprouts in my air fryer. So there was a little sprinkle here and there, but that's totally a great engagement. And because you just want people talking, because from that, I booked one party from that video, just because somebody perked up that I hadn't seen in a while. So engagements are a good way to kind of check the temperature of who's paying attention. Okay. All right. Anything else? Any questions?
Good. Questions, comments?
I have a question. Like when you're making your outline for like being a former teacher, I would call it like your lesson plan for your party. Are there certain things you try to do on certain days? Like you try to talk about recruiting on certain days or bookings on certain days, or like I'm sure you have a strategy to the flow of your party.
Amy, go ahead, because you're probably way more strategic than me.
I always make sure I have a recruiting post on Monday. I have a booking post on Tuesday. I have a recruiting post on Wednesday because we have PC Your Way that night. I tend to go live in my mega party with my Y bag or something that talks about recruiting that day. Thursday is another booking post, and then Friday either do booking or recruiting. And so if you're doing a mega party, the ammunition for your hosts when you're asking them to get bookings is you can point them to those booking posts and say, so-and-so said she needs to have her scrapers, and you can see that they're friends with those people. And you're like, check with Marcy and check with her. They said they needed those things. So you want to help her pick the low-hanging fruit because she may not realize it. Okay.
And it's also key is always on Wednesday morning to point out that we have our PC Your Way event on Wednesday night. So, you may want to offer some additional tickets if they join and fill out the survey on Wednesday night. So, kind of build off of what we already put in place as a team for you guys.
I always do a survey post on Thursday. And sometimes I run it again on Friday, but Christine Felwell runs her survey post 2 times before she closes her party. So
I have a question. How do you get the outline into SendShare?
ooh, okay.
So I do believe we have a we have a video on that.
Oh, okay.
So Karen, go ahead and look at that video, and then if you have questions, you and I can do we can screen share together, and
Okay.
so you can work through some challenges, because we could maybe be on the phone for another hour with that. So take a starting point. It's one of those, put your toe in the water, and then we'll help you through it from there. So.
And is the video on units, or where is that?
Yeah, it's under the units. It's also under the Fern.
Yeah. Okay.
It's an announcement now. It's an announcement.
It's an announcement now. Thank you for reminding me that I did that 5 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, that announcement. Yeah, see, there we go. Okay, thanks.
Something else, Donna, if you'll open up the Fern announcement, I will put my verbiage, because one of the things I do towards the end of the party is all the orders that come in. I personally, I'll open up the party and I'll look and see who's ordered, and I will personally message each guest. And I got this from another director. We were at a director retreat in February, and she sold $200,000 last year. So I made a beeline for her. I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Well, I think it's because I do so much reach out, and she's doing the volume, and she's doing the personal messages. So I will give you the wording, but always at the bottom, I ask them to add me as Pampered Chef Amy, and I include my business, my Pampered Chef business page. So I will include that so you guys can copy that and use that too. And I put it in my phone as a note, so I copy it, paste it, and it's so simple just to copy and paste. And I work through that entire party. Go to the next party, change the host name. So, Lisa is now not Karen. Okay. This next party I'm talking to, just make sure I change it and just copy paste, and it takes no time at all. And I'll get bookings from that, because my host has already asked them in most cases, and I'm just coming back and asking them again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, ladies, don't forget, tonight is The More You Know, The More You Grow training at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And that's going to be Sandy Jacobs, who's going to talk about adding last minute sales. Also she has a contact system that she uses. So if you are that person that has little scraps of paper all over your desk, you may want to join that call. And of course, they're always recorded, and then we put those, the recordings back into the Sharing Spoon units. So Jamie, Amy, thank you so much. We'll put this recording out there, and if you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll go ahead and update the Fern in just a few minutes. So, so you guys take care and be safe, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.